Hello everybody, this is a moment I've been waiting for over half a year, maybe even a year, as the Castlevania series finally got released on Netflix on Friday. I heard nothing about it until 2 nights ago when I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, oh, well, that just came out of nowhere. I've been waiting all this time, and it just releases going over my head and everything. I used to look it up every day to see if there was any more information about it. And once I saw that picture of Dracula's castle and them saying how it was going to be so bloody and just completely rated R, I was looking forward to it. And let me tell you, it does not disappoint. Now this is going to be an unscripted review. Everything I say is on the fly, so if I screw up, forgive me. Anyway, here we are, Castlevania, everybody. This series is based around Castlevania III, Dracula's Curse. Now, I know nothing about the game, I know nothing about the series, except for a little bit of Castlevania II, and that's thanks to the angry video game nerd. That's all, I only know so little about the games, so little about the story. I had to look up some of the characters and see their relation into the series. Now here we are following Trevor Belmont. He is not introduced until the second episode, so literally it takes a quarter of the season until the main character is introduced. Actually, I lied. He's in the first episode. Alright, no actual spoilers are going to happen in here, alright? That's not a spoiler. It's the main character. So I'm going to go, yeah, no spoilers at all. Alright. There's not much to say since it's only 4 episodes, which is, my biggest gripe with the entire thing. But of course, it could have been intentional. It could have been just Netflix saying, hey, we're only gonna buy like 4 episodes to start with, see how it goes, and then if it's successful, which it already is, they're already picking it up with the season 2, which I'm looking forward to it, Hopefully it doesn't come in a year. Hopefully it comes in half a year, because, watching this all in one day, within a 94-minute period, I think, because I'm pretty sure one episode is 25 minutes, the rest are, 23. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, yeah, I have no negatives besides the length and it basically being a movie. That could have been intentional. They probably were like, well, we're going to make it the length of a movie, but we're not going to call it a movie, so then we're not making like 20 of them. So then, you can just make it a series, which is what it probably should be, because they don't know how far they also want to take it, which they may want to take it really far, which I really hope they do, because it ends on a cliffhanger, like, it's just getting started, for real. This is the very beginning of probably a long stream of seasons. String. Now, if you are going to just watch this for the blood and the gore, you are not going to be disappointed. The action is very good, though very few and far between, and the fights don't last that long, but they are extremely satisfying and easy to follow for the most part. There's one, I believe it's in the 3rd episode, that ends pretty quick, but, it's still short and sweet. And that's what I feel like that they were going for there. They didn't want to drag it on for half the episode, seeing as they have so little time to fit everything in. Now, I don't know how Trevor is in the games, but he's sarcastic and he is funny. That's just how I'm gonna put it. That's what I love. I think he's a great protagonist. He completely steals the show. Like, I love him. It makes me laugh continuously. Now, the side characters, we really only have a a few that stay in there to really have some screen time. And yeah, they're worthy. There's nothing wrong with them. They're side characters, and then one becomes more main, and then you're like, alright, I guess I can handle that. They're just a little bit more story behind them will develop, and you know, this is just to start. They're going to develop some kind of backstory for each of them even more, flesh them out. Now, the first episode is pretty slow to start. It is basically just the only episode with Dracula in it. The only spoiler I'm going to give that's the only one, that's the only one with Dracula in it. He does not show up in either of the other 3 episodes. So, I mean, that does make sense. He probably won't show up until, you know, way in the future. Who knows? Or they might begin every season off with him and then just see how that goes. But anyways, yeah, there's no negatives really besides the length. Positives, the whole thing is a positive. Now, I'm not an anime fan. I do not like anime. I think that the only thing interesting sometimes is the art. That's the only thing. Art style only. Now, I like the art style here. It's very gritty, and it's not extremely colorful. And I like that. The voice actors are good as well. Let me say that. Yeah. You will like this if you like anime, okay? You will like it if you don't like anime. It's for everyone. If you like adult cartoons like on Adult Swim, not necessarily Toonami, but if you like them just on Adult Swim in general, you will like this. Like, it's not a mess. And that's how I consider anime, mostly a mess. That is how most of them go for me. But it still has the classic hand-drawn style, like, animation. Very clunky, I think. But, you know, that's what they're going for, and I don't think that's a drawback in any sort of way for me. Because that's what I expected. In fact, I expected it to not be as good as it was, just because it's anime. Even if you even want to call it that, because, you know, it's American anime. It bothers me very much. Anyways, yeah, that will be a short and sweet review of Castlevania. I did not review much, besides episode 1, which, you know, the plot is a spoiler when it's just this short. I'm not going to spoil any of the characters that come in, besides the protagonist and obviously the villain, the antagonist, because that would just be, you know, spoiling it for the fans. But anyways, yes, thank you very much for watching. I really hope I did not drag on and then you're like, oh shit, he should have scripted this out. I'm probably going to have to cut out that I just said that word. God damn it. Oh, and that one too. Gosh darn it. Anyways, yes, I will give this series, this season 1 of Castlevania, pretty much is a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong whatsoever. Besides the length, which is not a drawback in any way, because that, who knows what went down with that thinking. It could have not even been the creators, or maybe, yeah, they just intended to be like that, just to try it out. So there's nothing wrong with that. Alright? It doesn't bring it down anyway. In fact, it just makes you look forward to it even more when you watch it in one day and you're like, I gotta wait a year. Hopefully not. Please let it be next week. Anyways, yes, this is Pinky's Your Life on YouTube. Make sure to check out my Twitch. So, link will be twitch.tv/ZS Zombie Shower SZ, no spaces. And just make sure to check out any broadcasts that I have. I do not announce them on Twitch. I announce them on my Facebook. Like, an hour in advance, maybe only half an hour, but yeah. Yeah, check that out. Check out the past broadcasts, you know? That'd be really nice. And because that's pretty much my only content now, but yeah, this isn't about my life, so I'm just going to end it here. Alright, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for other reviews I have in the future. Hopefully I start making a lot more now, since I got my microphone working, as you can tell. Alright, thank you.